Hey guys, today I'm at the zoo. We are doing a show of the sea lions. We've already went to see some other animals too.
I do have one last request though guys, and that is if we can step away, from the glass. You see, in the summer months we do have a lovely education officer who comes and does the talks for us, because we're usually in there swimming with them. Bit too cold for that at the moment. So I have to do my own talks, and when I do, that means to take the complete and utter mick out of me usually. So less distraction the better. Awesome. Right, so I've been joined by two sea lions as you can see, but we're going to concentrate on this one here. This is Anya, she's the lovely 9-year-old. It's also the mother to the pup who's hiding in the rock over there. Still on milk, 7 months old. But do you want to start off by giving a nice big wave? Well, some of them are waving at you. Well, try all. There you go. See, now she starts reacting when all of you start waving. Nicely done. So let's clear something up first off, shall we? A lot of people come down here getting very excited because they're going to come and see the seal show. You're not a seal, are you? You're a Californian sea lion, to be exact. So what we're going to do for you guys today is point out a few differences so you never make that mistake again. One difference, very small, but it is there, is her ears. She's got earlobes, just like us. Target, thank you. Earlobes. That's the hand signal to open your mouth, you see. That's why she started doing that, don't worry. Right, target. Earlobes is where we got to. So they've got earlobes just like us. Seals do not have earlobes. They only have a little hole in the side of their head. Most of the time it's covered up by fur, so you can't even see what's going on. This is because they come from much colder climates, so if they were to have earlobes, well, quite frankly, they'd lose them to frostbite. So that was a little difference. A bigger difference? Flippers. So seals have got a flipper about the same size as mine or your hand, yeah? So if you look at my hand compared to Anya, and she's only a small 9-year-old, you will notice about 6 to 7 times the size difference. So this means they move in different ways as well as swim in different ways. A seal uses their back end more than anything else to move through the water, more like a fish motion, if you will. Don't worry, I have something covering the fish, you should be able to get it. And where the sea lion uses those great big front flippers. That being said, the way they move on land is also very different. She can jump up to touch my hand. Should we just double check that? Nearly. You got very close. Very nicely done, honey. I know. There we go. Problem sorted. She can run. She can dance. She's up on all 4 flippers, which means she's got a rotating hip bone, which allows her to do this. Seals, on the other hand, move more like this. It's not very graceful, is it? You try and watch this one, not the naughty one. You'll notice the back end moving along there, pushing herself along. Looks more like a slug in my opinion, but an excellent impression nonetheless. And of course, a sea lion can clap, whereas a seal cannot. That's your guys' cue. That'll give her a round of applause. She will start demanding it if she doesn't think you're loud enough. There you go. Right, so now that we know we're looking at a sea lion and not a seal, I'll show you how we train them. Now here at Blackpool Zoo, it doesn't matter whether it's an elephant, a parrot, a sea lion. We use a method called positive reinforcement. Do as I ask, get a nice fishy treat. You don't? Well, I'm just going to ignore you and we'll get back to you later on. Down here at sea lions, though, it starts off with a target stick. Very fancy piece of equipment. Broomstick with a piece of coloured tape on the end. All the sea lion's got to do is put her nose to the end of this target stick. She does this, I'll usually blow a whistle, which means correct, and a fishy treat's on the way. Once she's learned this, it means I've got full control over the sea lion. Not having to force her to do anything, net her, restrain her. And the main reason why we do train our sea lions is for medical purposes. As you can see, come over here, honey. I can lay her down to do like a full body check on her. I can also, exactly, ask her to roll over so we can have a look at that underbelly there. And you can see she's quite happy to let me do this, which is very, very handy and less stressful for me and the animal. Nicely done. So I do think that deserves a round of applause. Do you know? She's doing really well, especially with her sister confusing her all the time. Here we go. So that being said, after we've learned all the medical stuff, this is then when we start broaching onto the natural behaviours. So obviously, sea lions, they eat fish, yeah? Now, I could put live fish in the pool for them. I'm sure they'd love that. It's not very nice to do with the fish, though, is it? So we try and simulate it instead. We can throw hoops, because they've got to use the same movements to catch these hoops as they would the fish in the wild, you see. So if you watch Anya's neck here, you'll notice how she darts it out from side to side to be able to catch these hoops. Make the last one a bit harder. She gets this. Big round of applause, yeah? Put a bit of a spin on it. Oh, look at that. Spot on, wasn't she? Nicely done, Anya. Good girl. So this is all well and good if you can see the fish, but these guys, they do dive down to very murky depths indeed in search of it, and they don't actually see in colour. So down in these depths you've got to rely on a different sense, and that is your whiskers. Now everyone knows the sea lion can balance a ball on their nose, but not everyone realises how they're capable of doing it. So I'm going to show you. If you look at the sides, that was a bit of a heavy one, wasn't it? Give it to me, we'll see if the other one's lighter. Bit of rain's gotten in the bowl there. Yeah, that one's lighter. Here we go, try this one on you. So that being said, look at her whiskers. They're up around that ball, feeling for which way it's moving, then she can adjust her head accordingly. Her whiskers are about 100 times more sensitive than any human being's finger touch. And it's these whiskers she relies on to pick up on the vibrations that fish give off, and then dart her head out accordingly. Excellent, honey. Not yet, but cheeky demanding it already. We've not even shown them anything. But you guys might be thinking she can actually see the ball, so of course she can move her head. Now we're going to prove to you it's actually all down to the whiskers. Because now we're going to toss the ball out into the water. She's now got to look at where she's going and get back up on her station, which is the hardest part. The whiskers are feeling where the ball's moving, and then she can adjust her head. Now that deserved a round of applause, Anga. That was nicely done. Because what I didn't tell you is this particular behaviour takes 3 months to 2 years for a sea lion to learn. So she's doing very, very well indeed. So that's these guys being the predators, yeah? Eating all these lovely fish. But they're not actually top of the food chain. There's things out there that would like to eat them. One of them being, well, one of them's a killer whale. I know that's a scary word, I'm sorry. One of them is a killer whale. Now the other one, I'm not going to tell you what it is. I want you guys to guess. So she's very good at impressions, as you have seen. So let's see if she can show you an impression of another predator. So we have to show them the impression, otherwise they can't guess it, Anya. Yeah, let's do it in there. So it's not a killer whale. It is... Should we try after 3? Ignore that one, don't worry. 1, 2, 3. You do realise I can see you, yeah? Which means you've got to have voices. We'll try that one again, shall we? 1, 2, 3. There we go. See, I knew there was voices somewhere. That's right. Things like tiger sharks, bull sharks, and of course the great white shark would love to take a chomp out of a sea lion. But there's a shark in your pool, Anya. What do? That's right, you get out. I know Gina looked like a shark there, and what are you going to do then? You're going to hide. That's right. Excellent. And they all guessed it as well. You're doing very well for us today, Anya. Nicely done. Now that's all well and good, guys, yeah? So they can get out on the land where the sharks and killer whales can't follow them. But what are they going to do out there in the murky ocean? No land in sight. They eat over 50 different types of fish, guys. There's not always going to be a beach close to you. Well, they can rely on a different method. Anya, being the speedy girl that she is, what do? A backflip. A double backflip. That was nice and high as well. Big round of applause for that one. She's doing really well, guys. That's right. Throwing yourself out of the water creates a lot of ruckus, a lot of bubbles, just confuses your predator for that split second, gives you the chance to get away. But here I am again, waffling on about sharks and killer whales. There's an even scarier predator out there. Do you know what it is? You got all quiet on me again. It's us, humans. Yeah, scary, nasty ones humans are. Unfortunately, guys, we're the ones that are responsible for over 100,000 marine mammals dying every single year. Not to mention birds, we actually kill over 1 million of them. It's all down to one simple thing. Your litter. Some people are a bit naughty, they drop it, the animals eat it, and it is lethal in most cases. So we're going to leave you with a bit of a message today, and that is, don't do what I'm doing. It's very naughty what I'm about to do, and chuck your litter wherever you want. Instead, follow Anya's example. Let's pick it up, find a bin, and pop it